Right, so I've just had someone walk out of here who used to be a smoker and no longer is. And the session took about an hour and a half, and we may have some follow-on sessions as well. I'm not sure yet, it depends, he's going to call me. But I think he's done. And there's a way of knowing when someone's done is when they've made a decision all by themselves that they've had enough of smoking. It's something that comes from inside, and it's not something that anyone can give to someone else. It really has to come from them. And I think it did for this guy. He called me up, sounded desperate. Smoked for over 30 years now, since he was a young man, about 14 years old. Something everyone did. Everyone in the family smoked, the parents smoked. It was just what was done in that time, you know. And he came in for a general session. We sat down, we talked, understood what his problem was, understood how and why he smoked, and took him through a generic process of making sure that from here on in he saw himself differently, and he made a very clear-cut decision that he was going to stop smoking right now. And he did that, and we cleared up all the things around smoking that we needed to get rid of. Some self-image stuff, some habits, some dealing with stress. And I helped him develop some resources and tools while he was here that gave him something else to do during those triggers, such that when before he would have succumbed to having a smoke, now what he does is he does something that empowers him. He's learned some tools, he's learned some resources, he's learned some mannerisms that allow him to become empowered whenever it is that he needs a smoke. So imagine the power of that now. If someone craves a cigarette and actually the reverse happens. Before, they would have been, oh, I really need a smoke. Life is rubbish. This is really getting me down. I'm so stressed. Shoulders are tight. I could really do with that cigarette now. And now, what happens is, the trigger comes along and he goes, I don't need that cigarette, I feel great. And he's able to move along. He can actually enjoy the process of stopping smoking. And that's what I do is all about in terms of the Stop Smoking program. It's just to allow you to get access to the tools and resources you need, because you already know how to do it. It's just that you haven't been doing it well so far. And this happens because people have normally fallen back into smoking, normally fallen back after trying to quit. And each time they fall back, they feel they've fallen back deeper and lower, which isn't really the case. You're just learning how not to do it. So now that you've learned how not to do it a few times, possibly, or maybe it's your first time that you want to stop. And that's possible too. That's entirely possible using this process. So now that you know how not to do it, you can learn how to do it. And that happens very simply during one and a half hour session. We go into how not to smoke from here on into the future. And I follow it up with another 1 hour session after 2 days and another 1 hour session after a week. And what generally happens with people who are able to stop in the first session is we build on other things in their lives in the next session. So other improvements can be made as part of the overall improvement of stopping to smoke. Because generally stopping to smoke is just one aspect of what's happening in life. But what about the other stressors? What about the other things around that are leading perhaps to unhealthy ways of dealing with it? So these 3 sessions allow someone to actually walk out of here pretty transformed, because this is what we do here. That's why I call it deep transformations. So thanks for listening, and I hope this helps you.